Hey there, as some of you may know, my name is Graham Ford, and in some of my recent speeches I've talked about how I live on a farm. Living on the farm comes with a lot of landscape maintenance, but more specifically comes with a lot of grass cutting. Grass cutting I do every week on the farm when it needs it, but since it's been so hot this summer, I've been having to cut grass a lot. Now, before I actually have to cut grass, I actually have to maintain to the lawnmower. Now, the maintenance on the lawnmower, it's very vital to the actual grass cutting, because if you don't maintain your lawnmower properly, you're not going to have a nice cut. Now, the reason I'm demonstrating how to maintain the lawnmower is because at least once in someone's life, they're going to have to cut their lawn. And if they don't know how to maintain their equipment, they're not going to be able to do it right. So let's dive right into it. First thing I like to do when I do lawnmower maintenance is I like to check the tire pressure. Tire pressure is important because if the tire pressure is uneven on one of the sides, the deck is going to be uneven and you're going to have an uneven cut. Now, the way I check is I take my electronic gauge and I put it on the valve. If it needs it, I will take our hose with our air compressor and I will pump up the tire. The back tire requires 10 pounds of pressure per square inch of air, and the front tires require 28 pounds. Now, once I'm done pumping up the tires, I go to the fuel. This lawnmower takes regular unleaded fuel, and it holds about 10 gallons of fuel. Now, the way I fill it up probably isn't the best way, but it's the way I like to do it, is I pour it into our funnel, and when I'm done with it, the way I know that it's done is I actually let it overflow just a little bit. It's probably not the best way, probably waste a little bit of gas, but at least I know that it's full. After I get done with the fuel, I walk over to the oil tank and I check how much oil is left in the lawnmower. If there's not a right amount of oil, the lawnmower can the motor can potentially combust. And if it does that, lawnmower will not work and you will be required to buy a new motor, which can actually cost thousands of dollars. So we don't want that to happen. After I check everything with the tires, the fuel, and the oil, I usually sometimes check the blades to see if they're sharp enough. I don't do that every time just because you don't have to, but every once in a while it's nice just to check if you're actually going to get a nice cut. After I've checked all that, I hop on the lawnmower and I get to cutting grass. After I'm done cutting grass, I bring it back to the shop and I take our air compressor and I change out the nozzle from the tire gauge to the blower. Now I blow off the grass that's on the deck and then the fans and the motor. If you don't, all that grass can add up and it can either make the fan stop turning, the motor stop turning, or the belt will stop turning. After I'm done with blowing off the lawnmower, I grab my grease gun and find the grease fittings on the lawnmower. The grease fittings are important because if you do not put grease in your lawnmower regularly, the blades won't turn as well, and the tires actually won't turn as well. So if grease is not in there, everything will start moving slower and it'll actually start grinding metal. So that's important. The way I do that, you just stick the grease gun onto the grease fitting and you pump a good bit. On the deck grease fittings, I like to do about 25 pumps. On the tire grease fittings, I like to do until I see some grease come out the bottom of them. After all that's done, you're done with your lawnmower maintenance. You can put it up, you can go home, you can rest after cutting grass. But lawnmower maintenance is just really important if you want to have a nice cut yard. Thank you.